What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel for another investment kind of guide video. If you're new to Pokemon cards, or if you're looking into investing in Pokemon cards or want to learn more about the reselling aspect of it, this video is made for you. We're going to be covering every type of Pokemon card investment there is, ranging from single cards to sealed product. We have a large scope of items to get to, so I'm going to try and keep this as quick and concise as possible. With that said, if you guys like these kinds of videos talking about investing in Pokemon cards or pack openings or news videos or anything Pokemon card related, hit that red button down below, subscribe, and join the Sneaker Talk TCG family. We upload very often, and we often do a lot of giveaways as well. With that said, we are running a Champions Path giveaway at this time. I'll leave the links to those videos in the description down below. So we're going to talk about sealed product and singles in this video. We'll talk about sealed product in a second, but there's a lot of different categories when it comes to these different sort of areas of Pokemon cards. So let's start off with singles first. So there's different kinds of singles, and the first ones we're going to talk about are vintage, aka WotC. These are the older generation of Pokemon cards that dated back all the way from base set, and they ended in Skyridge of May 2003. These cards are obviously out of print. You can't buy these anymore unless you're going to pay an absorbent amount of money for sealed packs because they're out of print. Supply is limited. So if you're looking for kind of a safe, sound investment in Pokemon cards, something that's pretty stable and I'd say is a reliable investment, WotC era cards or Wizard of the Coast era cards are really great. They have a lot of nostalgia for a lot of people, and when it comes to the people buying them up right now, they were kids when they were younger and these cards were released, and they didn't have money, they didn't take good care of their cards. Now they're older, they actually have income to spend on these cards that kind of mean a lot to them, and some of them are chasing master sets, so these WotC era cards are quite valuable. They're very limited in supplies. Now on that note, let's also talk about graded cards. Graded cards are one of the best kinds of investments when it comes to Pokemon cards outside of sealed product, in my opinion. PSA is the most notable one when it comes to Pokemon. People really love PSA cards in particular. That's like the most popular one. These cards, basically these grading services legitimize and verify the card's authenticity, and then they also grade them on a scale of 1 to 10. Let's say a PSA 10 card is worth $500. Usually a PSA 9 card could be worth 1/3 of that. It's a dramatic difference between 10 and 9 because 10s are very hard to come by. Next up, let's talk about modern Pokemon cards. So modern cards are pretty much defined, well, it's a pretty wide scope of what you can call modern, but pretty much it's everything after Skyridge you could consider as modern, basically. And then there's also ultra modern, which is like the most current active set. So I would say anything Sword and Shield base set and above would be ultra modern, and then anything under Sword and Shield base set to the last few years, those could be considered modern. So anything from the Sun and Moon era, the XY era, etc. You get it. Next up are promo cards. Promo cards can be obtained through various different methods, whether it be from McDonald's promos to a certain tin to a collection box, but promos cannot be obtained through buying booster packs and booster boxes. Promos are promotional cards, so you can even get them through going to the movies, for example. Holiday sets and anniversaries. There's a holiday set every single year that releases in North America, and they also release high class packs in Japan, which is their version of holiday sets. And we'll get into Japanese cards in a second, and those are also like another class of investment because they typically do really well. Next up, we have different languages. There's different languages in the world, and there's different languages in Pokemon cards. Not everybody collects just English. There's people out there who will collect different kinds of cards, and some people really don't care about the language. They really just care about the art. But English is the most popular language in the world when it comes to Pokemon cards, so you have the widest audience when it comes to the people who can potentially buy your cards. So English cards are usually a really good investment, and then Japanese cards, the OG cards, they're also quite good. But usually Japanese cards are priced cheaper than English cards, and then when it comes to Japanese cards as well, there's a lot of like exclusive cards that only released in Japan that don't get released in English. So if you are like a hypebeast collector and want really exclusive cards outside of just the English sets, Japanese is the way to go because they have so much special exclusive art that you just can't get in any other language. And then the last is staples. Staples refer to the cards that are currently super active in the current card game rotation when it comes to the competitive format. These are cards that are not necessarily very collectible, but they're very useful useful in the actual card game itself, because Pokemon is a card game. There are people who, believe it or not, play the game. So that covers the scope of kind of cards in just general. And now we're going to talk about sealed product. Now, typically when it comes to sealed product, it's one of the best investments you can make, because pretty much in 90% of the cases, that's just a made up number, but 90% of the cases, sealed products always go up in value, just because as more people open up packs and open up boxes, there's less supplies available. So naturally, the cards prices go up in the box. And then on top of that, when certain cards values go up, like individual cards, the boxes rise as well, because people are chasing those expensive cards. So there's a direct correlation to the singles out there, their prices, to the boxes. Now, sometimes it doesn't always make sense, like XY Evolutions, which is a wildflower out there, but that is it for the most case. The box prices reflect the graded prices, more specifically of singles out there. Because a lot of people, when you're buying booster boxes and booster packs, people aren't buying the cards just to have them as a raw card. People are also going to maximize the value of those cards and get them graded. So that's why the box prices, raw cards, don't necessarily match up to what you're paying for the box. It just doesn't make sense. You need to get the cards graded in order to maximize your value of the card. So let's get into the sealed product list. First up, we have booster boxes. Whenever there's a new set, they release these booster boxes, and in English, the booster boxes have 36 booster packs, so you can do the math and try and calculate how much each pack is worth depending on the box. And then when it comes to Japanese cards, they release them in half the amount of size, I believe. They release them in, I think, like 18 packs or less, and the actual booster packs have 5 cards, not 10. So besides booster packs, there's also booster cases, which I believe is like just a bunch of booster boxes in one. So if you want a lot of booster boxes, buy them in bulk, you have to buy a case of booster boxes. We'll have the number on screen of how many booster boxes are typically in a case. Next up are booster packs. Booster packs are, of course, well, you know what a booster pack is. Blister packs are like specially sealed booster packs that often have like cardboard protection around them, so it makes it less susceptible to tampering. So if you want like also booster packs and booster boxes, for booster boxes more specifically, you have certain pull rates. So it's like you're guaranteed to get X amount of cards for the most part out of a booster box. So whether it be a certain amount of ultra rares, hyper rares, secret rares, and then you have the blister packs. One thing people do when they buy booster boxes is they'll get the really good pulls out of the box they need, and then once they get the cards that they wanted, like those major pulls, they know that the other cards most likely in the booster packs won't have those chase cards, so they'll sell off those singles. So when blister packs come into play, they allow like a completely true randomized pull rate of literally all the cards possible in the set. So when you're investing into individual booster packs, it's better to invest into blister packs because they're untamperable. They're also better protected compared to just loose booster packs. And then there's people out there who, of course, sell loose booster packs from things like those Costco Pokeball 3 packs, where the cards easily get scuffed in the packaging because they squish these cards into these tiny tins. So the blister packs that have the booster packs inside of them, they come in 1 packs, 2 packs, or 3 packs, often with a promo. The blister packs are a really sound investment as well. It's basically buying booster boxes but on a smaller scale, so they're quicker to sell as well. They're also not as deep or as heavy as an initial investment as a booster box would be. Next up, we have Dollar Tree packs. Now, depending on your country, I don't know if Canada has Dollar Tree, but these are $1 booster packs that have 3 packs with no guarantee of a holo. I've seen people weigh these, so buyer beware. There's people and like resellers and scalpers out there who will bring weigh scales to these Dollar Trees and weigh the heavy packs because they're easier to like basically tamper with, because they don't have code cards inside of them to stop the weight from being being altered or changed. So when you actually buy booster packs, loose booster packs for example, the more modern cards will have these code cards inside, and these are also to help you play it online because you get a booster pack online, but then you also it also helps prevent packs from being weighed. One major issue a lot of people run into when looking for older booster packs is they were super easy to weigh. So that's why when you look into Wizard of the Coast era cards, vintage cards, you will see heavy packs or light packs as a label to either just specify what kind of booster pack it is because they have been weighed. But when it comes to the newer stuff, you really can't weigh packs except for these Dollar Tree packs. And in these Dollar Tree packs, you have a chance at pulling literally every single card in the set, just like a regular booster pack. Next up, we have Build and Battle pre-release boxes. These are boxes that have 4 booster packs for that set that they are there to promote, along with a bunch of other cards to kind of make a makeshift deck. These are super popular because of local tournaments where everyone just buys these boxes, builds decks, and fights each other in a very sort of even playing field. These build and battle boxes also come with a chance of 1 of 4 different promos for that set, where it's an alternate art, so it's super collectible, and these do not restock either. When it comes to a lot of these booster boxes, elite trainer boxes, booster packs, these items are very susceptible to getting reprinted depending on the nature of the product. However, build and battle boxes, these never get reprinted because they're specifically meant to be bought and opened at the time of these release parties or these release events at local tournaments. So they're a really good investment too if you want to get 4 sealed packs that have a solid pull rate, that aren't potentially tampered in any way, and you have a chance at pulling an alternate art card, which could be very expensive. The XY Evolutions ones in fact have a Charizard, which is super sought after. Next up, we have elite trainer boxes. So these are special boxes that I believe they started releasing around 2013, 2014. I think Plasma Storm and Plasma Blast were the very first ones. I actually bought Plasma Blast when I got back into the hobby for a few months randomly. I even have this cool like Legendary Treasures booster, not booster, it's a deck box from one of the tournaments I went to. So we have elite trainer boxes. Now these are really great as well to invest into, just like booster boxes. These typically raise in the same kind of like percentages as booster boxes when it comes to the prices, because these are 100% like super sealed booster packs that are not able to be tampered with inside of the boxes. The boxes will typically have 7 to 10 booster packs depending on the nature of the box. Usually it's 8 for a lot of modern elite trainer boxes, and these elite trainer boxes will also come with a dice, sleeves, rule books, even like a little guide to tell you all the cards in the set. So they're really collectible. People like to collect these and not just open. They just like to have them on display. There's a lot of people out there who collect sealed product, and elite trainer boxes are one of the go-to sealed products for people, investors, and collectors to buy. Next up, we have Elite Trainer Box Plus. This is a new product that Pokemon just released last year or into this year. They did one for Zacian V and Zamazenta V. I have those videos on the channel if you guys want to take a look at those. And they are more premium elite trainer boxes. They have metal accessories, not just cheap plastic accessories. The promo cards are very cool, and they come with more than 8 booster packs. These ones actually came with 12 booster packs each, 3 of each various set from Sword and Shield released so far, compared to a regular elite trainer box where they just have booster packs from that current set that the booster box is tied to, or the elite trainer box is tied to. They also do these premium collections as well, so this is like an elite trainer box plus but on a larger scale. These are very expensive. They usually do them for like big holiday sets, so we've seen them for like Dragon Majesty, Shining Legends, Hidden Fates. They're very expensive compared to other Pokemon products out there, but they include some crazy cool promotional cards, and these sell very fast. They're very sought after. There's different types of these both in English and Japan depending on your region. They're always really cool to display or open up. Either way, they're always going to be a very sought after item for anyone's collection. Next up, we have mini binders. Mini binders also come with 1 booster pack included with them, and they're not necessarily that great of an investment, but they're out there. We're covering every single type of product there is. So there's people who like these mini binders, but they're not insanely like popular, but they're a good way to get that 1 booster pack if you're able to come across a good deal for these mini binders. And pretty much every single set that is released does have a corresponding mini binder available. Next up are tins. Tins have been around for a very long time, and so these tins basically have 1 promo card to sort of like lure you in and draw your attention, and then they'll have a variety of different booster packs inside, usually 4 to 5 booster packs depending on the tin. And just like blister packs, these are not really tamperable, so they're also a quite good investment if you're trying to look for certain booster packs that are basically allocated into these tins, or if you wanted a cool promo, they're really cool. And if you wanted to maybe find an older booster pack that was accessible in those tins that you can't find as a single anymore, and you still want that true sealed booster pack, these are a really great alternative. Just like tins, there's also special boxes out there too. This This is kind of a less space consuming way to buy Pokemon cards. Just like the tins do, they come with often a variety of packs, whether it be 4 to 5 packs on average, a promo card, and then a jumbo promo card featuring the same art as that promo card. There's also figure collections out there as well, where it's just like these box collections, but instead of jumbo promo cards, they have a promo card, and then they have a cool collectible figure, which well, I'll have them on screen right now. Here's a look at one of them. And then another alternative to the figure collections are the pin collections. People love pins when it comes to Pokemon, so they do these cool replications of the actual gym badges. So just like the box collections, the tins, all those other kind of collections, there's also pin collections too. The next ones are collection boxes with mats. So there's two that come to mind instantly. There's a Marnie collection they did for Champion's Path, and then there's also one they did called Generations. And it doesn't have any Generations packs, but it has a bunch of different booster packs from different generations in it. These actually went on sale at one point, and now they actually went for a premium given the current climate in Pokemon cards. So those boxes have not just promo cards, they also have special mats included as well. Next up, we have collector chest or collector tins. They typically do 2 of these usually a year, one for spring and then one for fall or the holiday season, and these will often have some really cool promos. They'll also include some cool extras like some stickers, a little notepad, etc, etc. These are great if you're looking for some sealed packs, and I often find these to go on sale too. One of the most notable ones in recent years is the one that had the armored Mewtwo in them. Next up, we have mini tins. Yes, they do tins, collector tins, and mini tins. Mini tins come with 2 different packs, and one of the most popular ones are the Mini Galar Pals. They include XY Evolutions and Sword and Shield. And yeah, these packs, these tins were going for like $10 or $12 at one point. Now they go for $25 because XY Evolutions went up and everyone found out that these tins have XY Evolutions inside. They release these new mini tins every couple of sets or so. The next upcoming one would have to be the one for Shining Fates. Now we don't know the packs inside of them, but it's safe to assume there's going to be at least one Shining Fates, and if we're lucky, maybe 2. Next up, we have Pokeball tins. Pokeball tins are also available to buy in sort of bulk, where they have a set of 6 different Pokeballs, and they're not just regular Pokeballs. They have different kinds of Pokeballs out there, and all these different Pokeball tins come with 3 different booster packs, which will vary by season. So they do these every single season. They do a fall and they do a spring one or a summer one, and they basically are just repackaged booster packs from Pokemon. So they're not like resealed, but they're booster packs they couldn't sell in other products, repackaged into a cool little Pokeball, which look really cool on display. Here's my Duskball one right here. This is an example where you can try and find these often at Costco. I've seen this recently, and they had 3 packs inside, and they just crammed them inside this little thing right here. And so people would buy these and then sell the booster packs by themselves. So you got to be careful when you're buying single booster packs, because you might be getting a pack that came crammed from one of these tins, and you're likely not to get a nice condition card. Next up, we have starter decks. Starter decks are a really good investment for people who love displaying specific Pokemon. Most recently, they've done a Charizard deck, which has Leon on the art as well. This Charizard, the only way to get this kind of art as a holo is to buy this specific starter deck. The card itself is available in the Vivid Voltage booster set, but it's only available as a reverse holo or as a regular rare that doesn't have any holo foil. Certain starter decks do have they're almost like promos when it comes to the kind of like rarity that it is. So some starter decks are worth investing into, but typically they aren't. And then there's also the World Championship decks, and these are basically the decks that won the most recent Pokemon tournaments, like the highest tier of Pokemon tournaments, and then they replicate them and they release them in a cool package. All the backs of the cards are different, so you can tell that they're from this special deck. They're not tournament legal in competitive play, but if you want to test out the deck that a world champion player at caliber level player used, you can buy these cool little products. Let me know in the comment section down below what you guys like to collect. Do you collect singles? Do you collect sealed product? Hit that like button, subscribe, all that good stuff, and yeah, we'll have a bunch more pack openings and more on the way. We got a lot of XY Evolutions, and make sure you guys check out my first investment guide video if you missed it, and we'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace out.